What's up, everyone? It's time to lock in your DraftKings lineups because tonight we've got a massive Western Conference showdown, Timberwolves versus Lakers in round one of the playoffs. And if you're setting that DFS roster, I've got your must-starts, must-sits, and a couple of game changers you can't afford to ignore. Let's break it all down. Anthony Edwards, $8,700 on DraftKings. Ant-Man is ready to eat. He's averaging 27.6 points per game this season, and against the Lakers in his career, solid numbers across the board. 21.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, 3.5 assists. He is Minnesota's engine. Whether they win or lose, Edwards is going to get his shots up, and with LeBron chasing him around, we might see the King gas out if this series stretches long. Don't even stress the matchup. Start Ant with confidence. Rudy Gobert, $6,700. On DraftKings, Gobert's been back in rhythm since early March, and he's quietly been a beast. Shooting nearly 67% from the field, and over his last 5 games versus LA, he's putting up 14.6 points and 13.6 boards. With no Anthony Davis on the floor, Rudy might feast on the glass and rack up second-chance points. He's also looked way more consistent on both ends since the All-Star break. Don't sleep on Rudy tonight. Luka Doncic, $2,800 on DraftKings. Yeah, he's expensive, but Luka's worth every penny. Since joining the Lakers mid-season, he's taken the pressure off LeBron, giving the King some much-needed breathers. And against the Timberwolves in his career, 23.9 points, 7.8 rebounds, 7 assists per game. Let's not forget, last year's Western Conference Finals, Luka cooked Minnesota with 32.4 points per game and over 8 assists and rebounds each. He's a DFS lock if you're spending up. Rui Hachimura, $4,500 on DraftKings. Rui's been battling a sore knee and just hasn't looked sharp lately. His averages against Minnesota are May, 11.3 points, 4.1 rebounds, and the matchup doesn't look any better now. Pass Dorian Finney-Smith, $4,200 on DraftKings coming off a DNP last game. And though he'll suit up tonight, DFS is a tricky call. He's only averaging 9.4 points over his last 5 versus the Wolves. There are better value options out there. Mike Conley, $3,800 on DraftKings. I want to like this pick. He's a vet, he's smart, but this matchup, brutal. With both LeBron and Luka likely switching onto him, Conley could struggle to get into rhythm. He's only good for super deep tourneys. Jaden McDaniels, $4,700 on DraftKings. Look, McDaniels is a defensive wizard, but defense doesn't show up big in DFS. He only averages about 10 points versus the Lakers, and this isn't the same LA team he helped shut down earlier this season. Julius Randle, $71,100 on DraftKings. Wait, what? Julius Randle? Yep, he's facing his former team, and he's historically lit up the Lakers, averaging 23.9 points per game. Draymond Green even called him the X Factor in this series. Expect Randle to push the pace, score in transition, and be a surprise star tonight. LeBron James, $9,700 on DraftKings. The Kings still got it, averaging 24.2 points, 8.8 rebounds, 7.4 assists in his last 20 versus the Timberwolves. But here's the thing. He's been inconsistent against Minnesota this season. 1 great game and 2 shaky ones, including that brutal 109-80 loss back in December. Still, with Luka handling some of the load, LeBron should have a strong overall series. Just be aware, Minnesota's D is no joke. All right, y'all, that's your DFS breakdown for Timberwolves versus Lakers April 19th. Set your lineups, stack your stars, and don't forget, these playoffs are just getting started. Hit like if you're rolling with Luka or Ant-Man, drop a comment with your DFS MVP pick, and subscribe for more fantasy fire all postseason long. Catch you next time. Peace.